Starforged, which includes the reference guide, the asset deck, and the book itself. So Starforged, as you I think already know, is the sci-fi version of Ironsworn. So I thought what I'd do is create a short adventure for you just to kind of whet your appetite. First thing we need to do is launch our campaign. All right, so what these steps involve is choosing our truce, and choosing our truce is going to be where we set the tone and the background for the campaign. All right, first things first, we got to figure out the cause of the cataclysm. 89. We escaped the ravages of a catastrophic war. In this final war, we were set upon by 97, a tyrannical faction or leader. All right, let's figure out the nature of our exodus. How did we leave, essentially? Let's see. 21. Okay, it's this first one here. This is going to be that when the Exodus fleet set off on a ponderous journey to a new home outside our galaxy, they marked the Forge as their destination. Countless generations lived out their lives aboard these Titanic ships during the millennia-long passage. So it was a very long trip from our home galaxy to the Forge. Next step is our communities. This is going to be more or less kind of where did we settle. 15. Few survived the journey to the Forge, and we are scattered to the winds in this perilous place. So apparently that exodus along those ships was not great. And so I wonder if some of the ships didn't make it, for example. All right, the next thing is iron. So I think, as I recall in Ironsworn, this is also something as well, where it's like, is iron a concept? Is it really a thing? That sort of stuff. And so same deal here. What's the deal with iron? What's the deal with iron, Jerry? 91. The iron sworn bind their honor to iron blades. Okay. All right, next up, laws. 89. Our communities are bound under the terms of the Covenant, a charter established after the Exodus. The organization called the Keepers is sworn to uphold those laws. All right, next we have religion. What is the deal with religion here? 54. Our faith is as diverse as our people. All right, survey says magic. 28. Magic does not exist. Up next, communication and data. 38. Information is life. We rely on the spaceborne couriers to transport messages and data across the vast distances between settlements. Let's talk about medicine. That's a 14. Our advanced medical technologies and expertise was lost during the Exodus. AI, artificial intelligence. 86. Artificial consciousness emerged in the time before the Exodus, and sentient machines live with us here in the Forge. War, good God, what's it good for? Absolutely nothing. 73. War never ends. Talented weaponsmiths and shipwrights craft deadly high-tech tools of destruction. Dominant factions wield mighty fleets and battle-hardened troops. Life forms. 34. Many sites and planets are infested by dreadful Forge spawn. These aberrant creatures threaten to overrun other life in the galaxy. The precursors. Who came before? Let's find out. 51. The Ascendancy, an advanced spacefaring empire, once ruled the entirety of the Forge. Vaults of inscrutable purpose are all that remain to mark the Ascendancy's legacy, but those places are untethered from our own reality. All right, last but not least, the horrors! 55. Most insist that horrors aren't real. Spacers know the truth. All right, so McGee and I have our truce figured out. So our next step then is to come up with our hero, our character itself. And so we've got some rollable tables we can use to do that. So let's do that next. All right, I've got my character sheet out here. We'll fill this out as we go. So we will have a starship. This will be part of our deal that we're going to get. We'll come to that in a minute, but we will have a starship. We're going to have two paths based upon a background that will roll up randomly. And as far as the companion, the support vehicle, or the module, we're going to get to pick one of these. So we don't know what that's going to be yet. So I'm going to set these aside. All right, so the way the rules work here for, we got our asset cards readied, and we're going to choose 2 paths. We're not going to choose, we're going to roll. We're going to roll a background, a 1d100, and that's going to give us 2 assets. Let's do that now. So let's see what it's going to be. Our background for our character, our yet unnamed character, 96, Tomb Raider. We're Lara Croft, Scavenger, and Scoundrel. Let's grab those. All right, I've got our 2 paths, Scavenger and Scoundrel. All right, our next step is to create a backstory for our character. And again, let's go ahead and roll it up. We'll just kind of do a kind of very bare bones backstory prompt here and see what this is for our Tomb Raider character. 57, you were banished from your former home. I was banished from... The next thing I need to do is write a background vow. So this is going to be the primary motivation or ultimate goal. Like, I think, especially in light of how I rolled this Tomb Raider, I very much like a cult seeks to take control of a site reputed to hold a primordial artifact. What holy object do they seek, and why are you sworn to stop them? All right, McGee came down to help me out, and here's what it's going to be. I'll recover the Touch of Frost artifact the cult of Mystara seeks and return it to my people. My character somehow tied into how I was banished from my former home is that I was involved with this cult previously. And so that was why I was banished. And so I feel like if I can get this artifact back and bring it back to my people, I can then regain the favor of my people. And so that is my background vow. I will recover the Touch of Frost artifact, the cult of Mystara seeks, and return it to my people. Alright, so we got our background vow figured out. That took a little bit, but I guess that is the point, is that it's a big deal, right? And so now what we need to do is we need to board our starship. We do need to give the starship some history. Envision how you obtained or earned the ship. The Lando Calrissian one in a bet option is down here. Should be fitting for my Scoundrel, but we'll see if I get a 93 to 100. No. 30. Discovered as a derelict and patched back together. That actually fits really good with my character being a bit of a treasure seeker of sorts. 1 or 2 quirks it might have. Let's roll once and see if we like that one, and see if we might roll a second one. We can do that. Let's see what the first kind of quirk the ship has. 10. Exterior is marred by rust and grime. I think for sure that's the case. And the second one, 37. Looks defenseless, but exterior panels open to reveal weapons. I like that. It's pretty good. I need to choose a final asset for my character. This is where we're going to choose from either a companion, a module, or a support vehicle, or I may choose another path. Alright, so I've narrowed it down to 3 assets that I like. The first is a module called Stealth Tech. I'm not a smuggler per se, so I'm not sure about that. The next option I have in mind is a combat bot. It's helped me fight things. I got this kind of weird companion called a sprite. Your sprite companion alters its delicate crystalline form to fly, swim, or scurry, and can covertly navigate even the harshest of environments. When you make a move by setting it to perform trickery such as creating distraction, sneaking into a protected location, or stealing an object, add plus its health. I kind of like this. I think I'm going to go with this, the sprite. The next thing we need to do is we need to set our stats. Our edge, heart, iron, shadow, and wits. A 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. I think for sure we want shadow to be 3. Probably wits is a 2. I think edge is a 2, which makes heart, and iron is also a 1. The last thing we want to do is set our condition meters. We're going to do momentum, health, spirit, and supply. And then we're going to envision our character and name our character. What does our character look like? What's our character's name? And then a call sign. I think the call sign is going to be J-Man, and I think his name is, and we'll sci-fi this up a bit. It's going to be Jackson with an X. Jackson. And the characteristics of Jackson, he's got dark hair and brooding features and sad eyes. That's right, sad eyes. I think he is furtive and doesn't meet the eye of others. Often wears black. That's what Jackson looks like, the J-Man. The next thing we're going to do, McGee, is we're going to make a sector map. This area of space will serve as a backdrop as your adventures begin. What's its name? What region is it in? What kind of trouble is in there? I think we should probably go through and create our sector. It's got 11 steps, but we'll do that next time.